That's a very telling and interesting story. Alberta was one of the few provinces that supported independent schools with financing. And in fact, they had an association called the Independent School Association. And independent schools at that time, initially under the social credit government, received about 70% of the funding that the public school received. And the Talmud Torah was a member of that association, and I was a board member of that association, and became interested in independent schools. The cost of the school and the cost of maintaining the school and paying teachers became very much an issue for the then board. And it was my term, while I was serving as president, we explored the possibility of becoming a program, as they called it, under the public school umbrella. And that was facilitated and basically conceptualized by the then superintendent of schools, Mike Strambitsky, a giant in education. He felt that there was no reason why schools of diversity couldn't fit under the umbrella of a public system. And so we were the first to explore and invited to attend. We attended many meetings, and there were wonderful board members that were involved in this entire process, but it wasn't without opposition. And the group that opposed giving up the independence of the school was led by a most formidable senior member and respected member of the community, Alderman Dr. Morris Lyons. And I don't know at whose behest or if it was his idea, but anyway, he mounted a challenge to this whole process. As a result, a huge community meeting was held, I think, in the boardroom of the Talmud Torah school, which was located near the Grote Bridge, I think 132nd Street. And I think to this day it was probably the largest attended meeting in the city. I was privileged to chair that meeting and to try to hold the diverse arguments in favor or against this acceptance of this opportunity to join the Edmonton public school system, together with the arguments back and forth. And finally, a compromise was put forward and accepted, and the compromise was that we would caveat our school. We would not sell the school, the physical school, to the school board. We would continue ownership of it, lest we get cut out or we decided to cut out. And the key was, would they interfere with the Judaic study or not? They assured us they wouldn't, and of course we became a member of that system. Then we had to sell the concept to the then school board, and we attended 2 or 3 meetings in that context, and not entirely easy, but the school board accepted us, and this became the precursor of a multitude of independent schools that followed us into the umbrella of the public school system. It's interesting to note that not again, amongst those who were opposed, we had some formidable opposition. There was, I can't remember his name, there was a member of the Legislative Assembly out of Calgary, Sheldon Schumer, I think was his name, and he felt that the Talmud Torah should not be funded with public funds, and was against the process in Calgary. But wisely, Calgary found a way around the process and associated themselves with a separate school board in Calgary and became a program there under the separate school board, the Roman at the school board while we remain with the public system. I think it's worked out over the years. Certainly has saved thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for our parents who have sent children to the school.